You are listening to the Life Coaching Secrets Podcast, episode 146. Did you know that life coaches are needed now more than ever? I'm Frank Macri, founder of Thriving Coach Academy. I've trained over 1,000 coaches and helped them launch their own successful coaching businesses. If you want to make an incredible income and impact as a coach and have a lot of fun doing it, I'll show you exactly how to get it done. This is Life Coaching Secrets. What's up, coaches? In this episode, we're going to talk about the differences between a low ticket offer and a high ticket offer. Now, as a coach, you have the freedom to decide what you want to offer your clients. You have the freedom to decide what you want to include in your coaching program, the amount of time that you want to devote to your clients, and you get to decide what it is that you want to charge for your coaching program. Now, this is a question that often brings up a lot of overwhelm for coaches, especially when they are new. And in this episode, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on charging low ticket versus charging high ticket. And I'll share with you some of the benefits that I see in charging both. Now, you might wonder, what makes something low ticket versus high ticket? Well, this is arbitrary. For the purpose of this episode, I'm going to say that a low ticket offer is something that has an investment of under $1,000 for your client. High ticket will be a program or offer that the investment is over $5,000. Now, then there's also mid-ticket offers, but I want to focus on low versus high. Now, I started out as a coach around a decade ago, and I started out with a lot of assumptions, like many people do when you don't know how to run a business and what works and what doesn't. And one of the assumptions that I had early on is that it's easier to charge something when it's cheap. So I tried to market and put myself out there as the cheap coach. And what I found is that when I was doing this, I was attracting people that would still compare me to other coaches who were charging an even cheaper rate. And I felt like my coaching became commoditized, where it was simply a matter of whoever is the cheapest is going to win. And this didn't feel empowering because I felt like my options were to simply continue lowering my rates until I was basically giving away my coaching for free. And then one day I had hired a business mentor, and he shared with me something that transformed the whole way that I understood pricing and also how to really stand out in the industry. And he said that if you are the cheapest coach, nobody expects you to be the best. But if you're the best coach, nobody will expect you to be the cheapest. So let me say that one more time. If you're the cheapest coach, nobody expects you to be the best. If you're the best coach, nobody expects you to be the cheapest. And this is when I started realizing that it is so much better for not just you, but also for your clients when you charge high ticket. And this has not just been my learnings. I found that the most successful and the most profitable coaches in the industry use a high ticket coaching model for their business. Now, in this episode, I'm going to break down for you the 7 most common myths that coaches have around charging high ticket. I want to knock down each of these myths for you so you can open yourself up to recognizing that high ticket is 100% the way to go. Now, you might automatically assume, even before I go into the first myth, you may assume that you'll never be able to offer a high ticket coaching program, right? You might think there's no way that you'll be able to charge your coaching for $5,000, $10,000 and beyond. Now, it's normal for you to have a fear around this when you're getting started. I definitely never would have thought a decade ago that I would be able to confidently charge 5 figures for my coaching. So I want you to keep yourself open as you listen to this episode, especially if you are brand new, if you are just getting started as a coach, if you're in your first year or two. I don't want you to shut yourself off to a new possibility just because you have not experienced it yet. One of the most limiting beliefs that we can have is that you can't do something because you've never done it before, right? Of course you haven't done it before. That's how we start anything, right? We haven't done it before. So be open to the possibility that you right now have a 5-figure coaching program inside you, right? Instead of just failing ahead of time and deciding that it's not possible, what if there's a 5-figure coaching program inside you and you just have to unlock it? You just have to open yourself up to sharing it with the world. And also, I want you to know that there are people out there that are willing and eager to pay for it. Now, you are going to have a lot of concerns around it until I go over the myths that I'm going to break down for you right now. So let's go. I'm so excited to talk about this. This is one of the things that a lot of students tell us make Thriving Coach Academy stand out to them, because we specialize in teaching you how to create a high-ticket coaching program. Okay, we show you how to do it better than any other coach training program out there. So the first myth I want to hit and knock on is the myth that high ticket is going to cause you to help fewer people. Okay, so it's this idea like you're not going to help that many people when you charge high ticket. So I want you to understand the truth. The truth is you will open yourself up to helping more people when you start to charge and offer a high ticket program. You will actually end up helping more people. Now, here's what I mean by this. When you charge high ticket, right? Imagine yourself having a 10K coaching program. You only probably will need to enroll a handful of clients a month in order to sustain yourself and the lifestyle that you want to have. Like for many people, even enrolling one client enough will be amazing, right? So you will have so much more spaciousness in your time and in your calendar and in your lifestyle. And with this extra time, you can devote yourself to creating more free value and free resources that can be accessible to more people. So I want you to think about the value that you offer to go beyond just the value you're offering your paying clients. There will also be value you put out in the world for free. This podcast, for example, is a free form of value. There's over 140 episodes of free material and resources and tips and strategies that support people like you in establishing yourself as a coach, right? And I feel so honored and I love having the privilege to help so many people around the world for free. And I am okay knowing that there will be many people that listen to this podcast and don't end up working with me. I'm totally okay with that because I love knowing that I'm helping people. So because I have a high ticket coaching program, even before Thriving Coach Academy, I had other high ticket coaching programs I was offering. Like before I trained coaches, I offered a high ticket program that helped entrepreneurs with public speaking. So I worked with a very intimate number of entrepreneurs every year, and I had so much spaciousness to offer lots of free workshops. So I offered a lot of free workshops for people to attend back when I lived in Seattle, and I was able to provide so much support for a lot of entrepreneurs for free. And then I worked with a very intimate number of clients. It was sometimes even a dozen clients in a year, but each of those clients were investing 5 figures to work with me. So I was well resourced. I got to help my clients that were paying me, and I also got to offer a lot of free support to others. So know that when you offer high ticket, the false idea that you might think is you're going to help fewer people, but you actually will end up helping more people. Okay, so if you're someone that cares about making an impact and helping others, then I want you to consider that the high ticket path is going to give you more spaciousness to create value that you can provide more people for free. Okay, the second myth around high ticket is that having a high ticket program is self-serving or it's greedy, meaning that you are a selfish person that only really cares about money. So it's mostly benefiting you and it's hurting your clients by having them spend so much to work with you. This is so not true. The truth is that a high ticket program is a win for both you and for your clients. It is a win-win. So the win for you is that you are well resourced. When you have a high ticket program, you're not worrying about how you're going to pay your bills. You're no longer living paycheck to paycheck if that was your original circumstance. You are not stressed out about money. And because you have all of this mental energy cleared up, all of this stress removed, you actually devote yourself more with more presence to your clients. So you are well resourced. Think about the impact that will create for you when you no longer have to be concerned about money. Think about how that's going to feel. You create so much more of an impact with your clients because you are well resourced, and not just financially resourced, but psychologically resourced, meaning you are able to show up with calmness, with presence, with openness to support your clients. You're not in a session with a client and in the back of your mind thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay my bills this month, right? You don't have that concern anymore. So because you are more well-resourced, you are going to be more present for your clients, which gives them a better result. Okay, instead of having a cheap coaching program where you're running around, you're working with all of these clients in a week and it's so overwhelming and stressful, everyone loses, right, with that approach. Everyone loses. But when you have a high ticket program, everyone wins. You're able to show up and support your clients with more clarity, and they end up getting better results because of that. So it becomes a full circle. Everyone benefits. You also will attract clients who are going to be more committed to their transformation. So think about the things in your life that you've paid a premium for, right? There's an expression that goes, when people pay, they pay attention. So when you pay for something at a premium level, you are more likely to be focused on it and take care of it and make sure that you don't just disregard it like something that is very cheap. And I've learned this from example over the years. I've offered very free or low ticket coaching programs, and I found that sometimes clients will pay me the money for those programs, but they won't even touch them. They won't utilize the resources given to them. They won't even book sessions. So this is not a win for them, and it's not a win for me. Like, I don't want, and I'm sure you don't want, to take someone's money and know that they're not even benefiting or utilizing the resources you're offering them. So when you offer a high ticket program, people are going to consider that program with high regard. They're going to make it a priority to utilize your sessions and utilize whatever other resources you provide. So they are more committed and invested, not just financially, but mentally and emotionally in the process. And because they take the coaching more seriously, they get better results. So high ticket is not something that's greedy or serving just you. It is beneficial for you and your clients. All right, let's go to the third myth. The third myth around high ticket coaching is that it means that you are going to need to give your clients more of your time. So you might think, oh my gosh, if I'm charging $10,000 for my coaching, I'm going to have to offer them so much of my time. This is not true. You do not need to include more of your time when you're supporting your clients. You just need to offer them more value. And value, a lot of people, especially the way that we're raised, a lot of people come from the 9-to-5 corporate mentality where you are an employee working for an employer. You have this idea that your time is money. So you might think, if I want to make more money, I have to put in more time. And perhaps you've also climbed the corporate ladder and you've noticed that every time you've been given a raise or a promotion, you are expected to work more hours. This does not have to be the case when you run a coaching business. Your time is not the only form of value, okay? It is not the only form of value. There are other ways that you can offer value to your clients. You can offer them value in the form of templates or journals or other types of booklets or resources they can have. It could be audio files, video files. It could be group calls. It could even be calls or coaching sessions that you pay others to deliver on your behalf. So your time is not needed just because more of your time is not needed just because you are charging more. Okay, you do not need to include more of your time. You just need to offer more value. Okay, the fourth myth around high ticket selling and offers is that this is a really big one. The idea like a high ticket offer is the only offer that you should have, and it's the one that you should start with as a coach. This is not true. So when I say that it is ideal to have a high ticket offer as a coach, I don't mean that it needs to be your only offer. And I definitely don't mean that you need to be charging $10K right out of the gate. Absolutely not. You can also have a low ticket offer in your business model, but you want to make sure at some point you do create a high ticket value. You want to make sure that is somewhere in your business model. So here's an example. Let's say that your clients, many of them might start out with a low ticket coaching program that you have that's maybe $300. Great. So maybe that's how they start working with you. And then at some point, they want to receive more value. They want to take it to the next level. Maybe you've helped them solve one problem, but then there's the next problem that they want help solving. So this is where your clients will elevate, they will ascend to your high ticket program, and that might be $5K. So the clients start out with $300 investment, and then they love it. They get so much value. They're really inspired by their momentum. They feel a deeper trust to you in your process. And now they are eager to enroll in your next level, your 5K high ticket coaching program. Now, this is a model that includes both low ticket and high ticket, but I will tell you that the majority of your overall income that you make in the year is going to come from your high ticket offer. So you might have many people pay for the $300 offer, but you will find that the majority of your income overall is going to come from the high ticket offer. And that's why it's so important to have that incorporated in your business model. Now, the other part of this, as I shared earlier, is you don't need to be charging high ticket right out the gate. So we're not going to force you in the academy once you start coaching and putting yourself out there. We're not forcing you to go out and charge $10,000 for clients. Absolutely not. You can totally start out charging pro bono, and then you can give yourself a raise as your confidence builds over time. As you get more mentorship and feedback and supervised training, your confidence is going to go up very quickly. So the point is, you want to make it your goal at some point to eventually have a high ticket offer incorporated into your coaching model. So high ticket doesn't have to be the only offer that you have, but you want it to be an offer that you have. All right, the next myth, what are we on? Myth number 5 is that it's easier to sell low ticket. Okay, so a lot of people might believe that just because something is cheaper, it is easier to sell. This is not true at all. In fact, I would say the opposite is true. I think it is easier to sell a high ticket offer. It is easier to sell a high ticket offer. Now, one thing that you might find interesting is that when something is cheaper, it's more likely to have a client that asks for a refund. Isn't that interesting? There's been data and studies done on this. When something is cheaper, it actually has a higher refund rate. When something is a premium on the other hand, it has a lower refund rate. And I've noticed this over the decade I've offered different programs of different price points to clients. I noticed that when I had something that was cheaper, clients actually had more concerns and sometimes more hesitation before they got started. And even when they were inside, they had different challenges or issues they would run into. And I was stressed. I wasn't attracting really ideal clients. I was attracting a lot of people that were not very coachable. And the fact is, not everyone on the planet is coachable. Everyone can benefit from coaching in some way or another, but not everyone is a great fit for coaching. So when I've charged cheaper offers, I've noticed that I've attracted individuals that were not very coachable. They were not ideal for the coaching process, even though they could benefit from the coaching. And one of my mentors shared with me this really amazing example. He said, people don't go into a Ferrari dealership looking for a refund, right? They go in looking to buy. So you will find actually that it is not necessarily easier to sell something before it's cheap. So with that being said, since you're going to need to learn how to sell and market yourself anyway in order to grow and run a business, I believe that you're better off learning how to sell high ticket, because this is what's going to get you the best clients and the best outcomes and make you the most money in the long run. So again, since you're going to have to learn how to sell and market yourself anyway, you might as well learn how to market and sell a high ticket program, right? You're going to need to learn how to sell no matter what. So let's go to the sixth myth. The sixth myth is that high ticket is not accessible to many people. All right, this is another big one. A lot of people say, well, you are making your coaching very exclusive and only making it accessible to ultra wealthy individuals. Not true. Also not true. I have sold high ticket coaching programs for so many years now, and I will tell you that I've attracted people of all walks of life and all different financial situations. One of the things I'm really proud of is that I've been able to work with such a diverse client base over the years, and it hasn't just been like a cookie cutter client that I've worked with. So the fact of the matter is that high ticket coaching is very accessible because you don't have to require that your clients pay everything upfront all at once. One of the features that you can offer with your business is having payment plans for your clients. So you can offer flexible payment plans to make your coaching accessible. This is another great win-win because you are still generating that high ticket income by selling high ticket programs, but you are breaking down the payments that you want to require your clients to have so that way it is more accessible. For example, if you have a 5K program, you can require clients pay $5K upfront, and you can also offer a payment plan that maybe has them paying $500 a month. So it makes it way more accessible. And in the academy, we also show you lots of different ways you can play around with the numbers and even help your clients acquire funding as well. So they can acquire funding, pay you in full, and then be on a very flexible payment plan that works for them. So high ticket coaching, just because it is a higher number, doesn't mean it's any less accessible when you offer flexible payment options to your clients. All right, this has been so fun. Let's go over the seventh and final myth. And this is that high ticket is only for one-on-one work. The truth is you can actually offer high ticket with a group coaching model. So here's what I mean by this. You can have one client pay you $5K to work with them, and boom, you have the 1 hour, let's say just 1 hour a week that you're devoting to this client. Or you can, and this kind of builds off of that previous myth too around a high ticket model not being accessible. You can, instead of having that one client pay you $5K, you can have 5 clients each pay you $1K and put them all in a group container. So you're still devoting the same amount of time, which would be in this case, in this example, 1 hour a week. You're still making the same income, but you're actually helping more people and still having a high ticket model. Okay. So you can absolutely play around with your business so that way you have group coaching as an option that still allows you to be in the high ticket territory. All right. So now in the academy, I want to be very clear with you. We teach you exactly how to create a signature high ticket and high value coaching program. The 3 things that you're going to need to know to offer high ticket coaching is you need to understand the psychology behind high ticket selling. You need to understand how people buy at that level and what they think. The second thing you need to know is the blueprint behind it. So how to craft and design a high ticket program. We'll show you exactly how to structure your program so that way it is delivering that value that people feel amazing saying yes to. And the third piece you need to know is how to market it. So how to put it out into the world so that way the way you message and talk about it will attract the ideal client that will benefit from it. So once you start putting yourself out there as a high ticket coach, you really do position yourself as a premium coach in the industry. You stand above all the other generic life coaches out there that all blend in. So one of the ways that you can stand out and be taken seriously as a coach is by having a high ticket, high value program. And I want to end by sharing what I started this episode saying. And that is that there is right now a high ticket coaching program inside of you. It is inside you right now, and there are people out there that want it. So if you are wanting to uncover that and share that with the world, we'd love to have you inside Thriving Coach Academy to create it and do it together. Remember, if you haven't heard already, tuition for the Academy is going up at the start of the new year. That means January 1st, the tuition will be raising. So if you want to take advantage of our lowest tuition rates, get yourself inside the Academy, just go to our website, check out our curriculum, and you'll learn exactly how to get started. In summary, here are the 7 myths that we knocked down in this episode. The first myth is that high ticket makes you causes you to help less people. The truth is you're going to help more people. Second myth is high ticket is greedy and selfish. The truth is it's actually generous because it is a win-win for both you and your client. The third myth is that it's going to take more of your time when you charge high ticket. The reality is you don't need to offer more time, just offer more value. The next myth is that high ticket is the only offer you should have and start with. The truth is you can start low and build up, and you can also have a low ticket model, but make sure you have high ticket included somewhere. The sixth myth is that it's easier, or the fifth myth is it's easier to sell low ticket. The truth is it's actually easier to sell high ticket, okay? Remember, people aren't going into the Ferrari dealership asking for refunds. The sixth myth is that high ticket is not accessible to people. The truth is you can make it flexible and offer payment plans. The seventh myth is that high ticket can only be used for one-on-one coaching. Truth is you can actually do group coaching while having a high ticket business model. All right, that's what I got. Love talking about this stuff with you all. If you haven't left a review for this podcast, please leave us a 5-star review. It means so much. And before you go, here is a little snippet from an interview I had with one of our coaches in the Academy so you can hear their story, learn about how they became successful, and also take advice on what it takes to be successful as a coach. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Hi, my name is Rick Harrigan. I'm a career and life purpose coach. I work with people to help them find their purpose and channel it into lucrative work they love. January was about 7,000. Then February was about 9,000. Then March was about 13. April was 15. And now May, everything just really clicked. And I had that $20,000 month. As a matter of fact, I can't even take any new clients right now. I am full up. And now that I'm full, I'm actually raising my rates significantly. I realize that the program works, and I have the confidence that it's what people need and it's what people want. I am really happy to project that this should be, I expect it to be my first 100K year, 100K plus. And the goal subsequent to that is to double it, have a 200K year or even more. To see all of this hard work pay off has just been one of the best accomplishments, if not the best accomplishment of my career. As a very wise person told me, failure we can do on our own, success requires support. And in embracing that, that is what has allowed me to really excel. I used to think I could do it by myself, and I couldn't. I wasn't armed with the knowledge or the experience, and getting some guidance has been invaluable. Yeah, I would say to get the most out of this experience is to trust yourself, trust the process, and be ready to get out of your comfort zone, because that's where the growth happens. Be ready to move into some things that you might not have been comfortable with previously. And just dare to be great. Like I tell my daughter every day, don't be afraid to be great. Put yourself out there and just trust Frank's process and trust your own heart, more so than anything.
Hey, would you like access to powerful coaching tools you can use on yourself and clients right away? For being a listener of the podcast, I'm giving you a VIP guest pass to get a sneak peek into my coach training program. Inside, you'll learn our coaches' secret tool they use to transform their clients' lives. And you'll also get a training on how to launch a coaching business. Just head over to www.thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP to get started. I'll see you on the inside.